in the remaining time that I'm doing the show in Portland because of isn't that perfect utopia that people believe that it was when they moved here. Super safe, affordable. I don't think that we have a great reputation for a better place to work. There's always been a little bit of struggle, a lot of musical chairs when it comes to the workplace. Portland itself has gone through a lot of recessions. Or said another way, Portland itself seems really affected by some of the recessions that we've seen. Although in this case, there are more jobs because there's an increase in popularity. There's a lot of building. There's a lot of construction. There's certain restaurants that are doing really well. So in this regards, in this case, the recession isn't being felt as intensely as others. There is a lot of new people in Portland that are in very different economic situations than a lot of people that are already in Portland. Some people are wondering how the average Portlander is going to be able to afford to live in some of these new micro apartments or mini condos. And what a lot of them fail to understand is it's not about local Portlanders being able to afford these new rental rates, because there are people from outside Portland that are able to afford it. There's a lot of jobs that are being imported into the Portland area. And so when you have companies relocating, they bring their staff, they bring their employees, and they're paid at a certain rate. Some of these businesses, along with employees, are coming from places like Silicon Valley, where it's much more expensive than Portland to live. So, so they're hearing about Portland. Ooh, the dream of living in Portland, majestic destiny. Ooh, maybe it's like that TV show, Portlandia. The very fact that people are buying that crap and moving here based on a TV show and, coming here and go labeling this number one of all things, Portland number one, get the fuck out of here. All that does is just really paint a clearer picture as to what's really happening in some of these cities in America. I don't think it's right for people to just drop everything and leave their homes. And sometimes our homes aren't necessarily our homes. It's the area where we grew up. And it's almost as if people are being driven out. And a way they are economically, but there are other factors. Let's just look at this record drought that we're seeing. And there's a lot of people out there that believe that geoengineering is directly to blame for this drought that we're seeing in California. So if that's the case, why? What is the agenda then in directing or driving or pushing people up to Portland? Because as they potentially are geoengineering, which I have no doubt that they are, in Northern California, making the drought problem worse, if not being a primary factor. Meanwhile, we're seeing major change in Portland's government. And even before Mr. Hales came into office as the mayor, we had Sam Adams, by the way, who's going to work in Washington, D.C. That's right. Former mayor of Portland, Sam Adams, is on his way, promoted, if you will. He's going from being the mayor of Portland to working for some climate change organization in Washington, D.C. And there were talks that Adams gave. I remember seeing them on YouTube. They were uploaded by Mike Bluehair. I don't know if they're still up. It would be nice to find those links, where there were discussions about smart growth. That sounded a lot like Agenda 21. The people like Mike Smith and others that were more familiar with the topic at the time, and hearing these buzzwords, and those that came to this public meeting where people were talking about this. And a lot of people in Portland are of the demographic. You could say a lot of them are Democrats. A lot of them are into the idea of being progressive. You have a lot of Obama supporters. You have a lot of micro apartments that are being built here. It seems like Portland's incrementally turning into an Agenda 21 style mecca, if that makes sense. An Agenda 21 style mecca, where young people come from all over the world that are immersed with technology, and people are experiencing this rat race of life. There's so many different things that I think are going to happen in the city.